no. Like, you will do what I tell you to do, or you'll sit.
Right.
So make that choice.
Yeah. So you run the home, and you're sitting.
Right.
You're.
But that's
not
also
going back out in the field.
problem is like. That's also the problem. So there's good and bad about being an assistant.
Yeah.
Like, as an assistant, I don't have to deal with all the crap that's like the overhead part of it, right? So I don't have to make the schedules, and I don't have to worry about the money and the budget, and I can show up on time and leave earlier than the coach does.
Right.
So that's great. But the bad part about being it is like when there's an obvious discipline thing that needs to happen, like I don't have necessarily the authority to do it.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
that becomes an issue.
Yeah.
And so it's like, and that's what I think that's what this guy's issue was, is that, like I'm saying, like, he's not a bad guy, but I don't know that anyone's really necessarily a bad person. Like, there are bad people out there, but probably not random high school coach. They're probably just an average person who's doing their best, and maybe their best is, they probably have something messed up in their own life, to tell you the truth.
Right.
And so they're doing their best, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with trying to help them out and do the best that they can do and being a part of maybe making something special. But you also have to know, like, what your strengths are as a coach, and you have to know what your strengths are. You need your head coach to know that too. So it's like, when I told the guys, like, look, I love football, but I've never really been around it. I've done baseball, and I've coached baseball, so I know how to coach. And my value to you is coaching kids. Like, I get kids to do what they're supposed to do,
and help them succeed.
Right. That's like my role on a team. So like, I can get kids motivated, and they'll do what I ask most of the time. Right. And then if I need to be put in a leadership position, I can, and I don't shy away from that. So like, I was a freshman sophomore head coach. In my second year, we went undefeated when we went. So like, we had an A and a B team because we always play doubleheaders on Monday. That was like our schedule.
Hello, second viewer.
Yes, hello. Hit that follow button.
We're
if you're not
really trying to get to 100.
And say hi to us. And
we have the chat room open.
But yeah, and so like, we went undefeated when we played 18 versus 18. So it's like, I've had that success, and that team, then I watched them later, a couple years later, when they were seniors. And so it's like, we have, like, those things like exist, and like, the JV team was fine. I'm probably considered the head coach of the JV at Hunter. I kind of share that with another guy, and then and I'm being groomed, I guess, to be the head coach there. But the thing is like, the culture just has to change. Like, we can't have kids who are so disrespectful that, like, they're disrespectful to each other and disrespectful to other teammates and disrespectful, like, the things I hear that they do in school. And it's like, it doesn't make me happy when I hear that, like, everyone hates the baseball team.
Right.
Like, that's not good. Like, that's not a good thing to deal with as a coach.
Right.
And as a teacher, honestly.
Right.
Because it's like, and so things have to be different. But I also don't really have, again, that even goes back to what we're talking about culturally, is like, I can only try and change it as much as I can with the influence that I have, but I don't really have a ton of influence. And the thing is like, they've also, like, neutered us as coaches. Like, they've taken away, because they, like, I had to go through this whole training, and it's like, you're a teacher coach, and like, it's just so stupid. It's like, and they say it over and over and over again, you're a teacher coach, a teacher coach does this, a teacher coach does that. And it's like, no, I'm just a coach. Like, you guys are trying to do this thing where you're making us, we're playing pretend to assuage some some deficiency that you think coaches have in the nation.
Right.
And coaches definitely have dropped the ball in a lot of ways, but the kids are also being like dummies. Like,
yeah.
the kids are not, like I said, the kids are not the ones that should be in control. Like, I'm the coach, I tell you what to do. That's that. And when I hear about this other stuff, it's like, you guys do not know what you're talking about. Like, don't tell me what you should do. You do what I tell you to do. And the thing is like, you just get put in really bad situations. And so if that job, whenever that job comes up, because I like the head coach, I don't think he's retiring anytime soon. And I really like Q. Like, he's one of the reasons I still do coach, because I like him so much. But it's like, if that comes due and they want me to do it, it's like, I'm gonna really have to think about it, because I'm not gonna, like, I just won't do that stuff. It's like, they need to understand, like, I run my life in a very specific way, and I don't let people change me if I don't think I need to be changed. And like, so I'll be the coach that, like, your kid will be safe with me, your kid will have a good experience. I give everyone opportunities, like, and opportunities that maybe other people would say that they don't even deserve. Like, I'll do that. Like, our win-loss record will be whatever it is. You know, we play in the same region as Kearns and Cypress. We have an uphill battle every year in baseball, and that's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. The challenge is good, and I am more than happy to take that on. And I love the kids that I teach. I don't want other kids. I want those kids, and I'm fine teaching those kids. And so I'm more than happy to be a part of that. But at the same time, then it's like, I'm not going to accept parents yelling at me. I'm not going to accept parents yelling at umpires. I'm not going to accept kids yelling at umpires. There are things that they will not transpire in my program. And if people can't do it, and the thing is like, I will get rid of kids and tell them that they're not on the team anymore if they continue to do things in that vein. Like, I will not do it. Like, it's not gonna happen. And if they can support me in that, then yeah, I'll be one of the best coaches that they have. Like, I won't embarrass the program. Like, you'll never have issues or controversy with me. So like, it'll run really smooth, and like, I am committed to that, and I can get that done. But I can only get that done though too with tons and tons and tons of support. And if you can't give it to me, if you don't want to give that to me, then you need to find someone else. And that's what I'm going to tell them. And it's like, I would love to, continue being a part of it. I obviously have a good connection with kids. Like, the baseball kids were upset because I'm coaching the girls, and the girls want me to. A lot of the girls were like, "Can I try out for baseball?" And it's like, so I'm obviously doing something right as it comes to the students, and like, they recognize the talents I have, and that's great, and that's fun, and that makes me happy and makes me feel good. Like, I feel like I have a similar rapport with, the kids, as far, like, there's a reason why kids keep asking me to, be their teacher, and it's like, that's great. That's a good feeling for me as a person and as a coach and all those good things. But I refuse to be taken advantage of. And if you want a guy that will play that kind of game, I'm not it. I'm just not it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm more than happy. I would be more than happy just to be like, yeah, like, this isn't, what, I'm not the guy that you think you were looking for, and, I need to be given the opportunity. I just need to step away, and someone else is a better fit for that, and I can maybe be their assistant. If not, that's fine too. And so, because I'm not gonna, like, teachers' lives are like terrible partly because they don't stand up for themselves.
Right.
Like, big parts because they just, like, they let people walk all over them, and they're always like, well, we have this new initiative and we expect you teachers to do it, and it's like, no, you just need to say no sometimes. You just need to be like, no. But with also the understanding that, like, you might have to walk away.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why they don't have leverage with me. Like, because I will walk away when I feel like I need to. So if I'm a teacher for the rest of my life, because teaching is really not that bad of a gig anymore, then cool. But if I walk away, but if I, like, continuously get disrespected, or if kids become worse and worse and worse, if, you know, whatever the situation may be, I'm not gonna worry and work myself up over things that I don't have control over. I just move on. Move on.
Right. Do you ever, when you see Aaron as a name on your roll, do you ever go Aaron?
No. No.
Why not?
Oh my gosh. Of course that's the question you ask me. Do you ever do that skit? You know the skit.
It's amazing, dude.
It is a funny skit. No,
Oh,
I don't.
man,
I
man.
don't do the fake name thing. Well, my middle name is Aaron. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't.
Yeah, so my middle name is Aaron.
Oh my gosh,
But that skit is so funny.
You're gonna tell me some stupid name right now.
It's so good.
The name's Mackenzie.
I love how angry he gets at it. It's just so funny.
D-Nice.
D-Nice?
D-Nice. You mean Denise?
Denise?
Oh my gosh. Sorry. I watch way too many, like, little skit things. At the beginning, just... Anyway.
It's okay. We all know. We know Tyler. We know who Tyler is and who Tyler isn't.
Man, you keep losing this.
Well, and I don't know if we're gonna lose this one, because, like, we're pretty
even.
Well, I just don't know. I just don't know where we're actually at, because it's like, oh, I don't want to die here. Shoot. And you're faster than me.
Why does he have
run
question
away! Oh, well, there was that. There went that. Blastoise, you need to live, bro. I need you to live.
Survive!
I don't know, man. This is gonna be close. It's
Oh,
gonna be close.
man.
Well, maybe not so close if you can't get there. Oh, he did get there.
My
I don't know,
baby.
man. Because we broke all their goal zones, so we at least have a certain amount of points, but if you can start just throwing them all in that last one, and you might outscore us. Like, and we lost Rayquaza, and I don't know that we got any in after the fact. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Oh, what happened?
Oh, you still
we
won.
did a lot. Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. Did not score very well. I will give Ricardude a good job. Yay! Yay for winning! We did it!
Good job, dude.
Yeah.
Proud of you. Did
Yeah.
great.
I'm alright.
Yeah, I had bad experiences with some coaches, and especially the baseball coach. So I got knee surgery when I was in freshman high school.
Right.
You know, and I came back, and I got knee surgery mainly to go back and play catcher. I wanted
Right.
to play catcher. So I got the surgery, went back to the team. He's like, you know, I'm gonna put this JV kid ahead of you and you're gonna go play JV. And because he can actually hit the ball.
Right.
I'd always been terrible at hitting, but my on base percentage was amazing. Like I could see every ball or if it was a strike. I just didn't hit very far. So I never hit a home run. Not once.
Right.
Anyway, so I'm like, okay, well, the lacrosse kids look like a lot more fun to be around.
Right.
And they were practicing across the street at Joel P. Jensen. So we could see them practice from the baseball field.
Right.
And we knew a few kids, but you could always see their sticks up in the air as they were doing their warm-up run.
Right.
And it looked like so much more fun to be around them. So the baseball coach told this to two of us, me and Chris Thrapp. We were standing there, and I looked at him. I'm like, lacrosse? In front of the baseball coach. I'm like, lacrosse? And he's like, yeah, okay. And we both made All-State the next year. We went and played our junior year and made the varsity team and made All-State.
Well, and that's what's hard, because it's like we have kids that are seniors that we have to play in JV because they're not good enough.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not an easy conversation for sure.
No. But as you're leaving and the coach says you're not going to amount to anything, and you're like,
well, and that's
care.
really the part of the story, yeah, that's the most important. It's not, because it's not necessarily that you were going to play JV as like a junior. Like if you're a junior, you might play JV, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Even as a senior now, it's like we sometimes just need kids to play. And so honestly, like if you're not good enough, then like we have a kid that's a senior that's probably going to play JV for the baseball team and probably not other stuff.
Right.
There's no shame in that. We had girls doing the same thing this year.
Yeah.
And so, but the problem is, that's the problem. It's like, you're never going to amount to anything. And so it's like, well, I could have stayed and I could have like been a part of this, and then I could have been a team guy and taken, the time that I need to, play and, get better or learn different things or whatever. Because you always need kids too, and different kids do different things. So it's not like there's not a place for someone that at least is competent either.
Right.
Like, oh my gosh.
Wow.
And so it's like and those are hard decisions to make as a coach. But then the problem is, it's just like he did things that were unethical.
Right.
And then saying that to a kid is unethical. And
it's not.
For me, that's the issue that you had and that he had.
And that kid's gonna remember that. Like,
and the thing is, it's like, why, like, again, it's going back to like the thing of not knowing like what your job actually is.
Yeah, and
like,
also
you're
it's
not,
like, you don't know if that kid's gonna eventually become your boss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That'd be funny.
Like,
well, and the thing is, it's just, I don't even know if it. I just think people should say and do good things because that's what people should say and do.
And why not be courteous to the kid you're firing from varsity?
Right.
You know? And it's like, just be nice to the kid. This is not fun for him.
Well, and that's exactly kind of the thing is, like, if you go about it, like, if you're a coach, you need to go about it in a way that's like, okay, like, because people do not deserve to play above people that are better than them. Like,
Right.
they don't. It's not fair to the kid who's better. And I don't care what year he is. If he's a freshman and he's the best kid, then he should play.
Right.
But you have to have the understanding of like, this is what you're going to do, and this is your spot on the team, like, right, like,
Yeah.
this is what we envision for you. This is what we can offer you. This is what this is how you're gonna make the team better. That's how you go about it. You don't tell kids that, like, they're not gonna amount to anything. You don't tell kids that, like, you know, and I know we had the same coach, so I'm sure he just said it in a way that was very mean and
Very
manipulative and
condescending,
vindictive and, like, not very kind, and all the things that we're talking about. And it's like that's unnecessary either.
Right.
And, like, you have to have the ability to, you just have to be smarter about the way you handle, especially just other people's kids. Like, you want to talk like that as like the football coach at BYU, I suppose, or Utah, like, I guess,
right,
and that
when
doesn't
they're
really
already
work.
adults,
Right,
like,
it's like that doesn't, and that still doesn't even work. Like, kids are not.
You're not gonna get a good response
Right.
to that.
Yeah, and it really
Like,
should just be that way about any. That's why I don't even really necessarily like sports culture to begin with. It's like you don't make it personal. Like, you don't make it something that, like, is gonna drive people away. Like, my job, again, it's knowing what your job is and what your job isn't. Like, my job is not to win at all costs and not have the wherewithal to understand, like, what kids are going through and what they need. Like, I had kids on that team that just needed an adult male figure who cared about them.
Right.
That's what some of my kids need. Other kids needed just someone who was going to listen to their ideas, because they just talk a lot and they don't have anyone that ever listens to them.
Right.
Some of the kids were kids that I could actually, like, coach up a little bit and help them overcome, and help them be better baseball players. So that, so those kids exist too, but not all of them exist in the same version. Not all of them exist in the same vein or understanding of the game.
Oh,
like,
he got himself in a bad situation.
That Cinderace almost lost it for us. And that's the thing, is it's just recognizing when it's this thing and when it's that thing, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like, you need to know the difference. Oh, Cinderace, why do you not? Don't understand. Like, if you come and help, if you help, we win that battle. I might die, but then that person dies, and then you could clean up for the actual objective. But no, you just decided, and then you let him in. Okay, good job, bud. Like, just awesome. Like, way to be. So selfish.
So good. So good.
You're the best. You make this game not cancer.
Yeah. So yeah, I stopped that, but man, I would follow every single baseball game, like, and for the
Oh, I did too
for the
when I
Red
was in
Sox.
high school.
Yeah. Red Sox and Diamondbacks. Like, I remember going over to your house when it was New York versus Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
Like, the Randy Johnson versus Derek Jeter was incredible. It's like there isn't anything like that in baseball anymore.
Well, and baseball has done a really bad job. Like, football and basketball does a really good job, like, putting their stars front and center.
Right.
But baseball has they really screwed the pooch with that one. They never understood. They never understood, like, what they had. And it's like, when your best player, Mike Trout, doesn't ever even make the playoffs, like, there's something going on in that system and with him specifically.
Yeah.
And the thing is like, that's why interests, I think, with your kids, like, really matter. And, like, we should always, like, what we should be trying. I thought I had my Unite move. I didn't, so I was pushing it that whole time. Oh, that was a big mistake. Whoops.
Sorry, guys.
Oh my gosh. What was everyone doing? Where did everyone Like, how did that happen? Like, I understand I made a pretty big error, but it's like, what were people, like, doing?
Oh.
Oh my gosh. And they're still sitting there. Like, come... I mean, we technically got a whole minute. If we can wipe this team... Well, we can't now, because, you know, not all of us want to play, I guess, still.
Jeez.
Awesome. Good. Just give up. Just give up. Give up like a baby. Big old baby. This is why this game is cancer. And that's the thing, is I don't know what people are doing. Like, you need to wait for your team. Like,
right.
So a bunch of our guys fainted because they went in without needing to go in. Like, you shouldn't have gone in yet. Like, you need to wait for the people that are like, so you have me, that's like, so that I'm the tank, and so you need to wait for me to take the damage. You need to, like, but no, they just do their own thing and they go on like a 1v4 and then die. And it's like, hey, like, I don't know what.
Yeah.
Or they just like sit at Rayquaza and try and get Rayquaza when they should be helping us fight. It's like, it's just stupid.
Jeez.
It's their own fault. You lost because of your own stupidity.
Oh man.
All right, we're gonna call that good for today. We have what's today? So I guess we'll have
October, like
the 5th.
70.
So the game comes out on the 20th. I don't know if I would actually get that game on the 20th, because if we do, maybe we should just move our streaming day to Friday. But anyways, we love you. Take care. Appreciate you. Second viewer, hit that follow button. We need you. We need your support.
Yeah. Thank you.